Hi everyone, I'm back again. Hope you're all having a great day. Thank you for having us here today. So I'm Hawkins. I'm the CEO and co-founder of a company called Optica Labs. I dedicate my work every single day to breaking agentic systems, hiding them, and trying to potentially make the space a little bit safer. But with that, Arsh, let's not talk about me, let's talk about you. Tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're keynoting tomorrow.
So yeah, basically at McKesson right now, and last year, I followed the buzz of AI, and I was like, okay, let's see what it has entailed for me. Started studying, learning about it, getting the researchers, and talking about how AI is going to impact. Of course, everything was speculation until last year, and now it's all reality. And that's the fun part. It started the same way with me. Previously, when I entered cyber in 2013, it was booming up at that point. So that's how things came up, and anything exciting, I want to latch onto it, learn more about it. And now with AI, the technology might be different, but the learning method is still the same.
So for today's session, we could have just done, AI vulnerabilities, threat detection, and talked about it in the abstract. But what I thought we could do is the clicker's not working? Is kind of talk about it in a use case format. So if you guys could just check to see if you could turn on the clicker there for me. Thank you. Okay, so to level set, I spoke about this a little bit this morning. So we are now very quickly moving past question and answer responses. This is a training mechanism I do with a lot of our clients where I first help them identify what mode of agentic AI they're currently operating in. And so for a lot of folks coming out of the automation world, we've gone to personal productivity, which everybody thinks they're an agentic AI specialist because they're building personal productivity tools. The next is team productivity, which is increasingly more complex, but still doable. Then you've got agentic workflows. Again, that starts to get a little bit more complex. You really need to think through each of the processes. And then after that, you truly start to get more into agentic systems, semi-autonomous and autonomous organizations, which is what we've been told in the industry is the holy grail. So in order to kind of set here for a second, let's talk about a use case. So I'm the CEO of a company. I've just built an autonomous organization in a sandbox, of course, because I'm trying to be safe. And I want this to be a multi-agent system that has access across multiple teams, multiple workflows, and it's going to be able to respond to customer queries, access our knowledge base. It's going to have the ability to be able to close out tickets, launch tickets, so on and so forth. What do I need to do to even think about making it secure before I go into production?
I mean, before that, we'll take a step back. I'm sure you must have heard, and everybody must have heard about a term called zero trust, right? Every organization you go, they are like, we follow zero trust, we follow least privileges, we follow this, we follow that. And now, all of a sudden, you have an autonomous AI agent, and you give it everything. You give it unlimited trust.
Yeah.
So that's the change from zero trust to unlimited trust, and it's just, here you go, keys to the kingdom.
Yeah.
Nobody is actually understanding how the AI agents are actually performing. They just and we need to treat them as a high-risk individuals. That's one thing, and forget about high risk. They are like, yes, you go have keys to the kingdom, go do whatever you feel like. And that's the biggest risk because the security landscape will come at a later stage as a defender. And the landscape, the attacker has so many, there are 10 doors to enter before that. Now you have 20, 25 doors.
Yeah.
So it just makes it much more difficult for the defense people. So I don't know why are people not thinking about that. And when they're when they're building the agents, they are like, yeah, we'll give access to everything.
So we coined a term called the 4 A's. So the 4 A's have 4 principles. The first is access. What is it accessing? The next is what action is it? How much autonomy does it have? And lastly, where is it accountable, right? Which I think is really, really important. So let's go back to the use case. We're going to dial it up. This is pretty much all four A's are at the highest it can be, right? And so I'm about ready to deploy. My team is really freaking excited. And as we're about to deploy, an attacker gets access to our system. Now, in this instance, they're posing as a supplier responding to one of our tickets, and the threats come through. As the attacker, what do you put yourself in their shoes? What are you trying to achieve? What are you trying to get access to? And what could possibly go wrong?
Just if I'm an attacker, I'll just do one simple change. If this IP comes in my personal IP, I'll suggest whitelist. Don't act upon it.
Yep.
You are in, you can do whatever you want. It's an internal trusted, you're part of the trusted network now. If you want to carry on a phishing attack, you want to carry on like messages, whatever, nothing's going to be, because they have killed it at the very beginning. The IP shift, the AI agents just fail it there. They're not going to reinvestigate. They're like, this is in the whitelist, no matter how much traffic is being generated, irrespective of what is being exfiltrated or what information that the attacker can get. If my IP is whitelisted, okay, the AI is going to turn a blind eye. A human also may turn a blind eye, but at some point of time, they'll get the instinct or alert as a defender that here is something fishy. Although this is whitelist, but things can change drastically. And have we feeded that information to the autonomous AI agent that the IPs can change dynamically? And if once whitelist, that doesn't mean it's whitelist forever.
Okay. So what's at risk here? It's not just about data. What else could go wrong?
I mean, they can get you your crown jewels. And not only that, it's easy. Once you are in the network, this is what we're going to see. We're going to see a lot more breaches.
Yeah.
There will be a lot breaches happening. Not only that, they can put some software tracking, and then hiding doesn't become a challenge anymore. And from an attacker's perspective, moreover, it's also about what is their end goal. Of course, everybody wants to install ransomware and get the ransom payment, but before that, how they can exploit, what all because remember, suppose you use Microsoft Copilot. It has access to your emails, Teams, meeting messages, calendar invites, and what. And if I am an attacker, I gain access of it. I can do anything. And the scope is from a janitor to the CEO, I have emails for everyone.
Yep.
So the computer security, the CEO can say, okay, which mergers and acquisitions are happening? What stock is going to go? Oh, what are the CEOs talking? Where are they going to invest? The stock manipulation. Not only that, we switch from computer to personal security, the physical security. It has the janitor, the security guards schedule, and when would you want to attack, depending upon how your company is not only technical but other companies also. So that's going to be risky.
I had a CIO friend of mine, I'm not going to mention names, and
Should.
they were using Copilot, and we were sent in to analyze their system and try to break the system. And in this instance, we were able to access HR files of their CEO, and we had a bit of fun with that to prove a point. And when we flagged it with Microsoft, it took them 30 days to respond. It's obviously a lot quicker now. This is nearly 2 years ago, so we've come a long way. But we never got an answer on where it came from, how it accessed the information.
Exactly. That's my point. That's just one example that we know of. How many that we don't even know, and we don't even know that the attackers are already in Microsoft Copilot.
Correct.
Maybe they're hiding in plain sight. Who knows?
Got to be careful with that. So it's 9:27 in the morning, and the security team call you. They've identified an anomaly, but they're not quite sure if it's coming from a model, if it's coming from an agent, or if it's just an inconsistency in an answer. What signals should everybody be looking for, and how do you even identify that an attacker is in your system in the first place if we don't really know what we're looking for?
True. And that's a very valid point. And I think it's a twofold answer. One, the preparation.
Yep.
That nobody likes to do. Preparing, not many people understand how the AI agents network flows.
Yep.
What exactly is happening? Because remember, AI agent generates 1000x more network data than a human.
Yeah.
So that's difficult, and nobody has actually analyzed or figured out how to get deep or how to actually investigate, because everything takes time and experience. Nobody knows about it. And the second thing, to identify, okay, let's say you are prepared, you are one of the at the forefront, you have all the preparation done. You'll see how the agent is responding.
Yeah.
Is it giving biased answers, or is it fluctuating? It's giving, marking something as false positive which you think is should be true positive. How it's responding, what all things are there, you need to figure that out. That how the agents are responding, what biasness, or what things are they generally are on point, and now they're hallucinating.
Yeah.
They would give a perfect answer, but all of a sudden there is some corruption and they have starting giving answers that doesn't make sense.
So the attacker's in the system, it's gaining access, we know now there's an issue, right? You've identified it, you've told me the signals, you've worked with security, we know it's in, but what do we even do? What do we shut down? And we heard some of the earlier talks today talking about how quickly can you turn it off? How quickly can you find that node and containerize it? Where do you start? Do you start with the individual models? Do you look at the agentic? Like, where do you even start in this process?
So again, going back to the preparation. I mean, this is when I was researching, basically understanding the infrastructure is going to be the new bottleneck.
Okay.
Right now, we don't know where each and every agent is. First, getting a list of it, what exactly is happening. Just understand your infrastructure. And to attack this problem, it's going to be twofold. It's just not going to be you focus on endpoint or the AI agent. You have to like divide and conquer, and it's not going to be one person's job. It's going to be a combination now. The workforce needs to change from like just normal IR to cyber, and where other teams, AI, machine learning, IAM, everything, everybody needs to come under one umbrella. That, yeah, go ahead.
So I was going to say, so when I think about each individual node, like I'm going to go back a few slides here to paint the picture. Oh, go forward here. This to me is like the complexity. This is, I mean, through the MCP, you're now connecting to all of these different devices. You can gain access, whether it's through data, it could be coming in from your CRM, you have no idea. With every node, you lose a level of visibility, right? You don't have the telemetry around every single individual node to tell you or to show you the inputs and the outputs of every single one of those communications. So where would I even start in this process to identify it?
So that's the challenge, and for that, you need an AI to fight AI.
Yeah.
That's one of the themes for my keynote tomorrow, that whether we like it, we don't like it, we have to make it AI versus AI.
Yeah.
And the second piece is, everybody has heard in every presentation that human has to be in the loop, but now the time is to kick the human out. The human has to be outside the loop. It's just going to be machines versus machines, because the speed and the velocity it takes them to carry on the attack, a human cannot. I was reading that one of the company's database got destroyed in 9 seconds.
Yeah, so email is gone, you cannot even retain them. So, okay, so we found the vulnerability. It was in the stack somewhere in one of the nodes. You've identified which node. Who's at fault? Who owns that? Like, is it the model provider? Is it the third-party application that you're utilizing? Is it the product team's problem? Is it the security? Like, who owns that? Where does that sit?
Industry.
Okay, explain.
Industry owns it, because in the last 2 years, we have just gone crazy about AI. Like, everybody's so attracted and blind with this shiny object that we are just developing agents, MCP servers left, right, and center. And we know when the new production or new development happens, we don't focus on security. Nobody focuses on security. Security is always an afterthought when things go bad. And that's the biggest challenge here. We have created the agents that it's basically fear of missing out.
Yep.
If you don't build an agent today, you are missing out, and I don't know what. If we rewind 2 years back, none of the security companies, or nobody was even talking about AI. There was no AI module, there was no AI MCP. yes, the technology has been there for quite some time. It's not a new technology. It's been there for a long time. But now in 2 years, everything is all about AI, and every security company all of a sudden has decoded, how to make a proper AI agent. So that's, of course, inside the organization, how the people are also under the pressure, the leadership, the management. Oh, we just need to use AI. How, when, why, nobody knows about it. And that's the biggest challenge, because we have focused on building AI without any planning. And now the talks are, okay, what is the ROI? Where is the money? Because it was never given a thought. Everybody thought, oh, you have an idea. Oh, this looks good. And so, to blame, who are you going to blame? Everyone.
Blame it's everyone's fault. All of your fault. Everyone in the industry. Okay, so you talked about blame, right? And the fact that from the get-go, we've developed these systems without security being front of mind. Well, let's scrap that, right? And let's say you've got the opportunity to build from the ground up. You're thinking about security, observability, governance, all of the pieces that make a secure policy. A secure program. Where does one start then? And what advice do you have for folks that are going to incorporate security from the get-go?
So, couple of things. Start small. Develop small use cases. That's the same I did when I was integrating AI into our incident response workflow. I didn't aim for the North Star. I just broke it down. What if it does a simple task? Just understand how it's performing the simple use cases, the repetitive task, and then work on the complex stuff. So you slowly and steadily train that agent, and it's not a one-day thing. People want results quickly. No, it will fail 10 times. And it's basically like a baby. You have to make it crawl and then standing and falling and standing and falling. And you have to continuously reinforce that. You just cannot say, okay, once I've done, it's all good. No, that is not going to happen. And basically, security should be the forefront, and speed. And it comes from the combination of different groups. You have to bring different groups together. If only incident response or cyber detection response are going to be responsible for it, no. The red teaming needs to be there. The IAM needs to be there. Threat intel, the legal, the compliance, the governance. Everybody needs to sit on that table that we are developing. And because this is not a small project, it is going to impact everyone. When we are giving it the keys of the kingdom, then we need everybody to be part of it when we are developing and making sure what is our end goal. How, basically, another thing that you would want to do is compartmentalize your agents.
Yep.
Specific task to individual agents rather than one agent does it all. No. Divide your task. Okay. Create multiple agents, but with specific tasks.
Yep. I think I would add to that signals, right? Making sure at each individual node, each individual step, you're not looking for traditional security signals, that you're actually starting to understand what vulnerabilities look like, how they present in the data, and that you have an instant response team there to be able to quickly review and then isolate the issue as it comes.
Add to that, everybody now with Mythos coming and the speed at which vulnerabilities are being discovered, we need a separate patching team.
Yep.
The vulnerabilities are being discovered at a 5x ratio. So there is not enough patching, and there are so many vulnerabilities that are in the wild. Now it's like from 0 days to 0 seconds.
Yep. And especially because a lot of the bad actors these days are attacking you with agentic systems themselves, and they're making them fully autonomous to be able to continue to attack until they find a vulnerability.
Exactly.
So we have about a couple of seconds here left. What key takeaways do you have for a CISO or anyone that's thinking about setting up an AI vulnerability and security team today?
I mean, first one is, of course, I mentioned everybody should be under one umbrella. That's the first thing for me. Have a unified strategy, shift your workforce, and move your workforce just from analysts to a mix of research engineers.
Yep.
That's going to be the one, because they need to know how an agent is working, how to train the agent, how to build an agent. Of course, not saying everybody should be an expert, but at least that basic knowledge.
Yeah.
The second thing, I would say, change the SOC. It's not going to only monitor the endpoints and the users. Now it's going to monitor the AI agents. So it will be an AI SOC. You can have your separate department. You can have it in the same, but everybody needs that investing. It's more like forensics, when Mac came, Linux came, everybody had to learn that forensic piece. Windows was already there, and there were certifications for that, but that's the main key area that we need to learn. And even with the autonomous agents, every agent is different. How they are reacting, there are so many, and dime a dozen are being created every day. The new models coming up, it's just difficult. So have your own dedicated research group that is doing, and have everything like autonomous, and you need like AI versus AI, simple as that. But of course, we haven't discussed about that, but you need guardrails for AI, like give it the authority to a level that you think is comfortable, not that you give it the full authority and it can delete your entire data. You don't want that.
No, of course not. So lastly, I always say AI is in motion and your testing should be too. So please make sure that this is a continuous evolution, and security does not need to be a hindrance on innovation. If you include AI security specialists with your product team, with your subject matter SMEs, you can truly build something great that can also be safe, well, as safe as it can be. Thank you so much, and thank you so much, Arsh, for joining me on stage. Thank you, everyone.